Hello, welcome to another episode of Dost Isms. I think this is episode 9 or 10. This one's going to be on a subject called Mindbox. Interesting name, isn't it? Mindbox. Let me go to the share here. And Mindbox is a suite of technologies created by the bankers, business of banking, that took off very quickly and very swiftly. And Mindbox, as I mentioned, is a suite of technologies that was based around a product called Art Enterprise. Well, first of all, let me explain what Mindbox is. Mindbox is an artificial intelligence. That's exactly what it is. It's artificial intelligence, and it's used a term is artificial intelligence is a term used to describe a number of technologies and problem solving methodologies. What the different AI technology techniques, I can't talk today, have in common is that they were all initially developed by academic research laboratories, and they all aim at mimicking the way that human beings think, behave, or solve problems. Now, AI is, of course, a main topic of conversation these days, and about integrating it with was it Google Chat GBT or whatever. This was done back in the late 1990s. Okay, and it was based on these patents, Inference, which is from Inference Corporation, which Mindbox and another company called Brightware are a subsidiary of. And this is case-based reasoning, and these are their patents that go back to 1992. Okay, this is artificial intelligence. This is rules-based and case-based artificial intelligence, which we'll go through shortly. But insofar as insofar as Mindbox is concerned, Mindbox is a suite of technologies, as I mentioned, that its main product is a product called Art Enterprise, which they broke down into several components after after Art Enterprise's initial introduction. And those components, separate component products, is Art Credit, Art Explain, Art Animate, Art Exclude. Um, Art Optimize, and I believe there's two other ones here, Art Stipulate and Art Price. So let's just go through one of these individually and and just read what each one does. Art Credit provides companies with a framework that can be used to build or customize credit tool, including an interface to credit bureau or agency information and support for analyzing and grading credit. Art Credit pulls in credit scores, interprets those sources, and then allows the incorporation of rules by which the credit will be graded and a decision on best action to take will be provided. I think you could start to see where there's going to be problems with this. It's just going to be a lot of problems with it, actually. And let me go back here. So, Art Explain then provides an explanation of why a final or indeterminate decision was reached regarding an applicant's credit or loan. It dynamically generates explanations during the reasoning process and incorporates specific transaction information in those explanations. Art Explain enhances customer services by providing clear reasons at the time of interaction why a particular decision or recommendation was made. So what you're seeing here is you're seeing that those running is that the human aspect of this has been removed and it has been taken over by technology, and it's exactly what was done. It's not a question of being done now. It was a question of being done back in the late 1990s. Art Animate assists in the maintenance of a process flow within a rule-based system. It allows a developer to manage and track process flows within the system. They can therefore make sure the sequence and prioritization and strategy of decisioning within the system is consistent in keeping with company policy. Art Exclude automates decisions regarding particular product offerings to exclude non-qualifying products for an offer to a given client based on that client's credit information and loan requirements. Using Art Exclude, institutions can ensure that they are implementing their risk management policies consistently and effectively, regardless of client contact channel. And then there's three other ones, I believe. Yes, there are. There is Art Optimize, which is a suite of components that allows for complete personalization of every step in the loan origination and underwriting process. That combines all other components with added functionality to provide a solution set for originating and underwriting a loan. Art Stipulate automatically provides information regarding what documentation must be provided or other conditions be met by a borrower in order to finalize a loan. The component allows institution-specific stipulations to be incorporated into the system and creates a central repository for such policies, ensuring consistent treatment of required products I'm sorry, product requirements or constraints enterprise-wide. And then finally, there is Art Price. Art Price provides a framework for automated pricing of a given product or service. This price is specific to a given customer and is based on that financial institution's policies, the particular customer requirements, credit background, and ability to pay. Art Price allows lenders to meet customer needs with a price tailored to the individual while also ensuring compliance with companies' pricing policies and bottom line financial goals. Now you might say to yourself, okay, what doesn't this doesn't have? Oh, and of course, each one of them is individually trademarked. So you got Mindbox is trademarked, Art Advisor, Art Credit, Art Art Qualify, Art Price, Art Optimize, Art Explain, and of course, so too is Art Enterprise. Now you say to yourself, okay, well, this is fine. This is just efficiency and makes the system more efficient. And yes, well, I guess you can say it kind of does, but there's a lot of big problems with Art with Mindbox. For instance, it has a lot of back doors to it, so that insurance companies and banks can intermingled together, which is really what the Glass-Steagall Act prevented, which of course the final remnants of that was eliminated, I believe, in the year 2000 with the Graham-Leach-Bliley Act. So that removed any barrier that was put in place after the Depression that kept banks and insurance industry separate. Well, they were no longer separate. They intermingle quite frequently. As a matter of fact, they're one and the same. That's a big reason why the economic collapse of 2008 occurred, was because of the intermingling between the banking and insurance industry. In this case, it had to do with mortgages and getting people trapped into mortgages that weren't really mortgages, that concealed the trademark of mortgage electronic registration system, which is a violation of the Langham Act. And I think we went through that already once before, and I'm sure we'll touch base upon it again. Now, who are the companies that are using Mindbox? Well, there's a whole litany of them. We've got okay, there's Brightware. We'll go through Brightware later. Brightware is the sister product of Mindbox, and we will go through that one later. But insofar as who's using Brightware and Mindbox, and Brightware is kind of similar to Mindbox. Well, no, it's not really similar. It is more about the email communications, which is what Brightware is more about. But who uses Mindbox? Well, Chase Manhattan uses Brightware's Easy Reader. Fannie Mae analysts use Brightware software to create underwriting rules for desktop underwriter. Fannie Mae's automated underwriting system. Brightware also provides Equifax credit services with software use and consumer check and authorizations to point of sale. And now that I think about it, we probably should discuss what Brightware is. Brightware is the component products of Brightware are Bright Response and Bright Advisor. And as I mentioned, Brightware is a sister company of Mindbox, which are both companies, subsidiary companies of Inference Corporation. Bright Response acts as an inbound telemarketing agent, automating responses to email and web inquiries generated by internet consumers as they shop for online mortgages. And Bright Advisor works as an electronic sales agent on the net, tracking a consumer's actions and offering sales advice online. Okay, so now that we've discussed that, now let's go back to who else uses Brightware and Mindbox. Bright Response and Brightware are used by Washington-based AFI, the subsidiary of Virginia First Savings Bank. It is Northwest Venture Capital and Venrock Associates, which is a Rockefeller company, by the way, an investment firm. Its name derived from venture. The name Venrock is derived from the name Venture and Rockefeller. They invested TTC Ventures, owned by Thompson Corporation, and then we've got Silicon Valley Bank. We've got expands its list to include Bank of America, Swiss Bank, TD Bank, Wells Fargo. Brightware's mortgage banking clients include American Finance and Investment, Countrywide, Fannie Mae, Finet, Homeside Lending, registered Australian mortgage securities, iQualify, Access National Mortgage. Continuing on here, we will go to who else? This other continuing list includes UK space operations, international presence. I did this thing 10 years ago. And I wish I kind of would have spoken out about it a lot sooner. But I did this 10 years ago. So this is slightly, this is kind of 10 years old, but it actually is older than that. This date here is 1998 when Chase Manhattan Bank announced that Chase will be using Brightware server applications to automatically classify email messages received from retail banking customers. Brightware licensed clients by March 1999. Included amongst others was Access National Mortgage, Advanta, Amway, all things, Bank of America, Bank of Ireland, Chase Manhattan, Countrywide, Coverdell, Egghead.com, Fannie Mae Desktop Underwriter, Freddie Mac Terms of Business, Homeside Lending, Intuit Australia, Loan Shot, Media One, Peterson's, Rockwell, Swiss Bank, TD Bank, Waterhouse Securities, and Wells Fargo. You could see how all of these, with all these technologies, you can see how they can kind of easily intermingle with one another, and they do. They do so by the technologies. Oracle has picked up on Brightware. Let's see who else. Brown and Company, Brown is his consulting service and development service. That company that partners with clients and financial services. SRA International. Who else here? Continuing the list, CIBC, which is Canadian Industry Bank, I believe, of Canada. Carapoli of Italy. CNET Mortgage, Creditland, New Century, PayTrust, Upland Mortgage, Valley National Bank, Westpac Banking Corp of Australia, as well as other major banks and brokerages houses in the US, UK, and Ireland. Who else? Okay, now we got time. Now we're getting into time. Mindboxes. Mindbox in 2000 announced a joint Oracle partner program having to do with Oracle customers via Oracle's Partner Solutions catalog and other financial services. It also aligned with Alliance Mortgage in 2001. Let's see. It was also bought by GMAC Mortgage Corp through their system called Ingenious by GMAC Mortgage. Wells Fargo Home Mortgages website. We use Mindbox Optimize software to implement new website functionalities. Optimize is a sophisticated deal structuring software product that allows for complete personalization of every step in the loan origination and underwriting process. And then we've got Mindbox Capital Stream out of Seattle. Let's see, we already went through that one. Aquin, Mindbox, leading provider of intelligent automated services for the mortgage lending process, announced today is reaching an agreement with Aegis Lending Corporations. And then I thought I saw Aquin in here somewhere. Did I bypass that one? Yes, right here at the bottom, 2002. Mindbox, the world's leader in providing intelligent technology that automates complex business and decisions processes, announced today that it is working with Aquin Financial Corp to provide case-based reasoning and artificial intelligence to enhance Aquin's customer relations platform. So it's dealing with servicers, right? The system, which is called the Customer Relations Expert, or CRE, will assist Aquin's customer relations agents in diagnosing and resolving complex issues for Aquin's mortgaging servicing customers. Yes, they did just a wonderful job. Mindbox is a leading again, just tooting their horn. I already read this one to you with Aegis. Continuing on, Art Optimize goes to the Art Optimize, what Art Optimize does. Structuring deals and pricing and so on and so forth. Let's see. This is talks about this is in 2003. Talks about expanding its presence, Mindbox, with its presence with Aquin, and then goes on to go on to other banks. I mean, it's just amazing how quickly Ocwen integrated itself into the banking system. Mindbox LLC announced that Countrywide Home Loans that bought a mortgage bought um, more extensive annual licensing of technology used in lender in Countrywide's Clues automated underwriting system. Mindbox's our enterprise software can be used in every Countrywide mortgage underwriting decision, regardless of the application's original channel. Picked up by Wells Fargo and Company, JP Morgan Chase and Company, of course, General Motors Corporation, and Principal Financial Group. And then Mindbox announced, let me go back here. Mindbox announced additional new customers to include Home Bank, First Preference Mortgage Corporation, and ACT Mortgage or ACT Mortgage. Then it was picked up also by Ellie Mae, which has a huge set of products that includes Encompass, Contour, Genesis 2000R, executive websites for mortgage brokers, and Ellie Mae Docs, TMs, which is trademark pending, services for documented processing. So you have a trademark product in Mindbox and all of its component products that are being used and licensed for other banks and other financial services products, trademark products. So it's kind of like a double trademark there. And of course, everything operates by licenses. Mindbox LLC let me go back here. In 2005, announced that they would get involved with Saxon Corp, Saxon Capital Inc., a residential mortgage lending and service and real estate investment trust, REITs. It's optimized a new automated loan underwriting and loan pricing system built with Mindbox's optimized software. And then it says here, Saxon's new rules-driven underwriting system called Ideals allows consumers to apply for mortgages online and receive loan approval decisions, qualifying conditions, best fit, alternative loan suggestions, and even reasons for loan denial. And we've got, continues on, talking about more about Ideals. And then here's a quote from Richard Barfus, who is the CEO of Mindbox. That's the very kind of, boy, if I was named Barfus, I think I would change that last name. But anyhow, he quotes this. He says, the business advantage of having a rules-driven system is being able to instantly respond to market condition and competitive situations. And with the Mindbox Power Editor, Saxon's loan officers can change the actual loan terms in the system without disturbing the core underwriting policies and without having to ask for help from their IT department. That to me sounds a little bit like corruption. And very much is corruption, considering that all the back doors that this technology has. Then this is let's see who's this with. This is Aegis again. Okay, this is Able, the product of Aegis Funding Corporation, and Aegis chose Mindbox for the development of its Able portal based on Mindbox's ability to address several key business needs, most notably its simplified user maintenance. Mindbox is optimized, and Mindbox Power Editor products are used to automate the structure of a deal tailored to an individual borrower's specific requirements based on credit scoring, pricing parameters, and company strategies. And it goes on, and I can go on here for another 20 so minutes on all of the people and all of the banking institutions, financial services, and insurances that Mindbox and Brightware have gotten involved with. Here's Paul Financial. They use Mindbox to build a product scenario and loan submission system for its brokers. Own It Mortgage Solutions. Mortgage Solutions very well, because one of Mortgage Solutions is who we got our loan through, or our lease agreement through, shall we say. Use Mindbox to build its one-click automated approval system and its broker management portal. One-click is an automated paperless broker approval process that allows brokers to obtain approval through Ownit's website in about 3 to 5 days. Broker management portal provides all of Ownit's branches with the ability to remotely maintain their broker relationships. In addition, it begins to automate the entire broker management compliance function, which is exactly what Ownit did. Now, let me tell you something about Ownit for a minute. Ownit's CEO is a guy named William David Dallas. He is a Franklin Financial fame or infamy with his subprime loans, which were kind of eliminated him from that game when Fannie and Freddie will consolidate Fannie and Freddie, the Fannie and Freddie contract. Let me spit this out. Get this right here, Ken. When MERS incorporated was incorporated in the Fannie Mae Freddie Mac uniform instrument, which was made the industry-wide contract that we all sign, or agreement that we all sign. Own It Mortgage Solutions, William David Dallas, in 2005 or 2006, September 2005. Merrill Lynch bought a share of Own It Mortgage Solutions, and immediately afterwards ordered Own It and all of its subsidiary warehouse lenders to abandon lending standards. So all the things that we're reading about here were basically abandoned, but they weren't, though, because in this broker management portal, it has to do with not mortgage loans, because there is no mortgage loan. It has to do with their management function and their ability to work with each other, and the broker relationships, buy, sell, and trade us, which of course has nothing to do with mortgage loans. It all has to do with leases, as I've already mentioned in a previous video. And then we got again further integration of Mindbox with MSI services, Call Center Express. Let's see who else we got here, and it goes on and on and on and on. This is the big one, though. This one right here. This is the big one. This is the big one. McDonald, Detweiler and Associates announced today a significant strategic expansion in the financial services market. The company has acquired privately held by Mindbox LLC. Now let's talk about let's talk about. I'll tell you what. Let's cut this video here. This is an introduction to Mindbox. I'm going to do another video right after this one that's going to talk about McDonald Detweiler. McDonald Detweiler is we'll touch base. We'll go into that in the next video. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe. There's a lot to share. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to demonstrate. And a lot of information I have that people should be aware of, that no one is aware of, to show how we were manipulated and lied to, deceived by, in a mortgage loan, deceived by the fact that we were getting an ordinary course mortgage loan just like our folks. When in fact we weren't. This is what you're looking at now, is you're getting a look at the side of financial services in the banking industry that is all about exploiting ordinary citizens, ordinary Americans. So once again, thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe, and come back for some more. And I've got a lot to share, and thank you again.